This is a Black Man with Hands production plan. How are you today? See my black hands. I'm a man with black hands. You know what it's time for? I've been waiting for this one. It's time for talking shit. Oh my goodness. Talk that shit. I have been really sick, as you can see with the introduction. Just a really bad cold. It won't go away. Actually, it's, gone down a couple of notches. Welcome to Talking Shit. My name is DeAndre. I want to talk a little bit about Mitt Romney in lieu of the fact that Barack Obama finna beat his ass in this election. Yeah, Joe Biden gave an excellent pitch just the other night at the NAACP. Got footage of that, watched that, loved that. I like how he talked about his history, a real history, not some, he said, she said mystery. Mitt Romney reflected on his dad's work in civil rights, God bless you, but, Joe Biden actually shared his own experience with the NAACP and several members in the audience that he knew from over a couple of decades of work and riding back and forth on that train in his own community where he come from as a senator. And the real credibility for Mitt Romney to be able to run this country, I guess, would go by what things he has ran. I remember Sarah Palin making fun of Barack Obama being a community organizer as her ass lost the election. And I really believe that Mitt Romney going to struggle a little bit when it comes to his own personal bullshit and the explanation. He can't explain it, and part of the confusion is, where was he working? When did he know he was working there? And not, that thing they do, what did he know and when did he know it? It's like, where was he working and when did he know it? And he's a liar and he steals money and steals jobs from people. And he'll even cut your hair if you're gay and he don't like you and pin you down with his friends. So I'm not comfortable with Mitt Romney. I think that as a candidate, he's a joke. And as a president, I think he would be a nightmare. And part of what I see Barack Obama doing is exposing us to what or who Mitt is. And I think that's very important. I'm not going to talk about his religion. I saw a special on the Mormon faith just yesterday while I was visiting in San Francisco. And part of that special just showed some of the, I don't want to use the word bizarre, but sort of there's a lot of stuff that, you really have to be involved in the belief system in order to really probably understand it a little better. But my hope is that we can be sensible about every aspect of Mitt Romney, weigh it out, and then decide in the poll, in the voting booth, not in the polls, who you're going to vote for. I personally am going to vote for Barack Obama. And the reason why I'm going to vote for Barack Obama is because I respect women's rights to fair and equal pay. I respect the fact that people can marry even if they're gay. I respect the fact that Wall Street shouldn't be ran that way. I believe in what all the things that Barack has to say. And so I'm going to vote for Barack Obama because I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to the back of the bus. I don't want to go back to hiding sexual preference. I don't want to go back to women being treated as though they should be treated even worse than they are now. I don't want to go back to the immigrants in this country coming over by the busload and not have a respect from us as Americans to include them as being Americans. I don't want to go back to women having to do abortions in alleys because people are using religion as some sort of finality. You know, I don't want to go back to the way things were just 8 to 10 years ago when everybody did what they wanted on Wall Street and nobody had the accountability to say no. You know, I don't want to go back to the way the things used to be, you know. Barack Obama's campaign is about moving forward. And when I see all that money coming in from it, I see people just want to hold on to the old bullshit. And they want people like Barack Obama to stay in their place. And then they want to act like this ain't got shit to do with race. I'm really proud of some people, and I want to go off topic a little bit and just pray for Usher and his family and what they're going through. I'm not going to go into any details. I often talk about politics, but, you know, when somebody's struggling with something, you know, they need our prayer, they need help. And one of the things that Joe Biden said at the conference with the NAACP people, he repeated something Barack has been talking about. He asked, was he a brother's keeper? Am I my brother's keeper? You know? That's a very serious question when all these people, they can't go to the doctor. You know. And anyway, I pray for Usher, the entertainer Usher, the star, the helper, you know, Justin Bieber's friend and mentor. You know, he deserves our prayer. His family's going through something. I'm not going to get into detail. If you ain't been paying attention, that's all right. But if you could just pray and ask this power to help that young man and his family and his mother and that boy's mom and what his family has gone through in these last couple of weeks, and the devastation of that, and just pray and ask a power to kind of help these people understand, or closure, or love, or newness, recreate something. I just want to pray and ask everybody else that can hear me to pray for Usher and ask God to help him, you know, and that family. Because isn't that what this is about? This whole thing, this whole life thing, that you see your brother or your sister. You know, I have a story I want to tell. There was this girl that we knew, and a rumor was going around that this girl had lost her job and needed some help. And we were all gossiping about it. Like, is she really fired? Did she really lose her job? Does she really need some help? And finally, the girl showed up at a gathering, and one of the friends said that, hi, I was just wondering, you had said, you know, she had confronted the person who was doing all the talking. It wasn't me, it was my other friend. She said, you know, I heard that you were asking about me and wondering if I needed some help. And she said, it really didn't hurt me that you were asking about me. She said, what really hurt me is that you didn't call and ask yourself. And that's what I do with these prayers when I talk and I get on here and I talk my shit. Is at the end of the day, you know, I pray for Barack Obama and his family and that weird ass cop that was talking shit about Michelle, and I don't know what other spirit they cheat with these elections. They cheat. They suppress the votes. They intimidate people, and Biden in the speech talked about how he didn't think he was going to have to visit this again, where they suppress the votes. They keep you from voting. You know, you can't go fucking vote. they're going to stop the voting. They're gonna turn it into a dinghy. Your vote becomes the hanging chad. And they want this fake-ass manifest destiny power they thought they had. You know, the Republican Party is a fucking trip, man. They're gonna suppress the votes. They're gonna stop the vote. We're gonna stop counting in Dade County. We're gonna suppress. I was watching the movie the other day about when they stole the last election, and they're gonna suppress the votes. Stop the voting. You know, it's just, you know, we got to stand up for our rights, man. We got to stand up for the right to vote. You know, we got to stand up for women in this country. We got to stand up to people who are being bullied. Now, you know, they're saying that Trayvon Martin deserved what he got because, you know, he was fighting back. That this big old man was on top of him and he was fighting back, and so he deserved to be killed. And then a family member from the Zimmerman, is one of the witnesses, she's saying that they all sit around and talk about how they don't like black people. His family, the Zimmerman family, they don't like the blacks. You know, not liking somebody is not an excuse to take somebody's life, or to follow them, or to taunt them, you know, or to scare them and what have you. There's a lot going on in this world, man. And if you want a voice, get your own little YouTube channel or something, man. Let's all do this. Let's all get involved. Let's all speak up. Let's all help each other. Are you your brother's keeper? You know, are you your sister's helper? You know, are you available to help somebody out? You know, are you tired of being alone and judging people you don't even know? Are you ready to reach out? Are you ready to change? Are you ready to stop drinking all that tea and come on over here and be like me? Where is the liberty? Tea Party. The Tea Party. The Tea Party is a people that are angry and they're not doing anything but obstructing. You know, they're obstructionists. Being an obstructionist causes chaos and causes confusion, and things don't get changed, and things don't resolve, and you can't negotiate, you can't converse, because they're going to block everything. They had a big meeting. It's been out, and they said there's a big meeting right after Obama got elected, and all the leaders of the Republican Party got together and just decided that they ain't going to pass nothing. They're not going to do nothing for this president, nothing for this country, nothing for jobs, nothing for women, nothing for the right to choose, nothing. The only thing they're going to support is what they believe in, and that's not America. We have to bend a little, man. We don't get our way all the time, but we have to negotiate all the time, you know. That's what Bush did when he went into the war. He didn't try all the diplomatic things that he could have did, man. You know, that bombed all those people, killed all those people, man. And then they talk all this bullshit about how Barack Obama is not, you know, capable, you know. It's really sad. It's really sad. And I'm really grateful that there's some people like you who are tuning in to my little podcast here, and you're saying enough is enough. We're going to do the right thing. We're going to help our brothers and sisters. You know, they talk about pro-life a lot. What about all these kids in these orphanages and in the foster care system? You want to be pro-life? You know, you can prove that you can make a baby with your wife. Okay, I'm not going to deny you that right. But what about all these kids, man, that are already in the world today that need a place to live or a place to stay all over the country? If you really are pro-life, then what about that? You know, what about that system? What about helping those kids? Am I my brother's keeper? Am I my sister's helper? You know, Am I my country's soldier for doing the right thing for the right reasons? We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. All deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday. I want to do one more verse of it. It says, we are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday. You know, it's hard to sing that song sometimes, but it always works. I don't think they realize, you know, that he probably shouldn't have won in the first place. So I believe that he's going to be the winner in this next race. He's a good guy. He tries. And he knows the people that are struggling. And he's trying to get at the money and trying to get at the policy that's going to save us from these people who care more about themselves than their brother. You know, am I my brother's keeper? Does that imply color? Does that imply gender or race or sexual orientation? Does that imply age? You know, am I my brother's keeper? Man, we got to overcome. Thank you for letting me go on so long. It's over. I gotta go. But it got really emotional today, didn't it? Get back with me, okay, baby mama? I'm gonna be back. We're gonna be back. We're gonna be back. We're gonna be back. Don't you worry. We're gonna be back. This is talking shit. I'm out of here. We got some stuff to deal with, and we'll be back and record some more stuff for you. Black Man in Hand Production.